Today we need to talk about truth, because there's progress, real genuine progress, and then there's what looks like progress. I'm talking about perception. If you are a citizen of this country, this video might be one of the most important videos you watch this year, because it will literally change the very trajectory of your life, your finances, your health, your family, your country. If you're watching this, I'll try my best not to make it too long, but please watch it all the way to the end and share it and repost it so that people can make an informed decision. And by the way, I have notes written down, so if you see me looking down, it's because I want to make sure that I'm covering the real things. Number one, now everybody here, most of you here watching, you would have taken CXC or CSEC at some point in time. But did you know that in 2015, for people who had more than 5 subjects, including math and English, we're talking about basic stuff here, or pass rate was 38.6%. That was 38.6%. Do you know what it is today? 19.2. That's 19.2% of people are passing 5 subjects or more, including math and English. That is crazy. And here's a receipt to show. 19.2% of that is crazy to me. That is crazy to me. And you know that this is going to have a knock-on effect on our economy, everything in our society moving forward. This can, like, 19.2% of people passing 5 subjects or more, including math and English, when it used to be 38.6. 10 years later, we've gone down. That's wild. But let's talk about number 2. What about our healthcare system? Now, we may not talk about the 24 babies and that died and the families that have been impacted by that, but let's talk about just health in general. Okay? How many people here have had a family member that has been sick, really badly ill, or maybe you yourself have gone through an ailment or an illness? Imagine something is wrong with you and you have to leave from one side of the island to go to the other side of the island just to get help. The Cornwall Regional Hospital, it was supposed to cost $5 billion with a B, and I'll put the screenshots in of the article so you guys can see these things. Do you know how much it's costed so far? $24 billion, and it's still not complete 8 years later, to the point where people have to be leaving from Mobay to go to Kingston. Now, again, if you've ever had a family member, an elderly relative, a family member, or you yourself has been sick, imagine having to go from one side of the island just to get basic care. It's ridiculous. And from this article, you can see it says, every delay is a risk to someone's life. We cannot normalize this. Our people deserve modern care, dignity, and a system that actually works. We're not talking about blocks and steel. This is about survival. People have died sitting on chairs waiting to be seen. Guys, this is crazy to me. This is crazy to me. Let's talk about number 3. So that's our health, education, health. Let's talk about our employment and unemployment. Unemployment is down, but is it really? Did you know that in 2024 they changed the metric by which and how they are calculating unemployment? So now, if you work one hour, let me just read this, because me 1 hour a week, you're not considered unemployed. Not only that, they've shrunk the age range of people that they will check for unemployment, so there's less people even being checked in that statistic. And also, if you're somebody who you've literally given up because you're not able to find work and you've given up on the job search, you are not even counted in the unemployment statistics. So they've literally changed what unemployment means in 2024, so unemployment is down, to the point where even they said that you cannot use these current statistics, like the way how it's being checked now, to compare to what it was before, because it's two different things. And here's a screenshot. Here are the screenshots, and you can go and do your own due diligence and look up these things. So unemployment is down. Is this progress? When we're changing what things mean, how is that progress? And maybe you're saying, all right, I don't really care about the unemployment. Maybe you're saying you don't really care about the healthcare because maybe you're healthy and and maybe you don't really care about the education because you're already educated. But let's talk about your money. Let's talk about where your money is going. Did you know that every year the Ian Fleming Airport loses 1.73 million US dollars? I'm not talking about Jamaican dollars, I'm talking about US dollars. Because the airport only sees 2 flights per week, And your tax dollars are being used to subsidize the seats on American Airlines. And again, here is the receipt. Let's talk about where else your money is going. We all saw the Morant Bay Urban Center. Now, who here was excited about it? Because hashtag development, yay, progress. But did you know that the municipal corporation, was currently paying $300,000 Jamaican dollars per month for their rent, when they're moved there, their rents will be going up to $10 million per month, from $300,000 to $10 million per month. Who do you think is paying for that? So we're happy about the development, but you know what's not happy? Your pocket not happy. But we said progress. And again, this is according to Jamaica Gleaner article of July 11, 2025. Number 6. Let's talk about where your money is not going. It's not going to you owning your own house. So since 2018, the National Housing Trust has never produced more than 2,700 housing solutions. And again, here's the article from the Jamaica Observer from April 7, 2024. And again, you can look this up yourself. I just need you to be informed about what it looks like versus what it is. Bear in mind, 2,700 solutions, when a report was made in Parliament that they will be doing 15,000. 2023, they only delivered 1,627 solutions. 1,627 solutions. And at the same time, they're generating a surplus of $21.8 billion with a B for the financial year 2023 to 2024. The same year when only 1,627 solutions were delivered. But yet still in Parliament, they're talking about 15,000. They're producing less than 0.18% of completions compared to the working population. And again, the Jamaica Observer article from April 7, 2024. Does this sound like progress to you? Where do you live? Are you renting or are you owning? Because there's what it looks like and then there's what it is. Now, let's talk a little bit about this, what it looks like versus what it is. And I'll run through these quickly because again, I'm not trying to take up your whole day. In the Book of Achievements, they mention that they set up and funded an integrity commission to fight corruption. Now, the irony is not lost on me because, is me alone find it funny? Because the Integrity Commission's documentation, the actual website, and again, here's the screenshot because this is all there. If you don't look at what it looks like, but you look at what it is, this is what it says. Integrity Commission, the same one that's in the Book of Achievements, it says, it is an offense to file a declaration late, file a false declaration, or fail to provide information requested by the organization. And me says so. Here's the document that was mentioned, the Integrity Commission. It's in the Book of Achievements. There's what it looks like and then there's what it is. And not to mention what you hear about progress and prosperity versus what you experience firsthand when you're on the roads, when you're in the supermarkets, and in your day-to-day lives. There is what it looks like and there's what it is. So where do we go from here? I need you to understand what progress is versus perception. And I also want to make sure you understand your role in this happening. When you do not vote, you make up over 60% of this population who did not vote, who allowed for these things to carry on. This will affect your life. This will affect your family. This will affect your health. This will affect your finances if you haven't already started feeling it yet. So my only call to action to you is for left your yard and vote. On election day, left your yard and vote. We cannot have a situation again where 37% of the population determines what happens to the entire 100%. It cannot happen again. Left your yard and vote. And when you vote, I need you to vote based on reality, not perception. Thank you for watching. Bye. I'll see you on election day.